Hey, are you Martin? Martin Gulliver?
Yeah, that's me. Who is this?
Oh, cool. My name is Nathan. You probably don't know me.
Yeah, I don't know any Nathans. Can I help you with anything?
Boy, have I got some news for you. You might want to sit down for this, bro.
Sure, if you say so. Is everything all right?
Sorry to tell you this, buddy, but I'm your wife's boyfriend.
Huh? What are you saying?
Yeah, sorry you had to find out this way, but it's true. The other day she left her phone unlocked, so I went through it and found your number. I'll get straight to the point. I saw her at our high school reunion last year, and we got talking. One thing led to another. I took her home, and long story short, she's been my woman ever since then.
Did you say high school reunion?
Yeah, I thought I should be a good guy and let you know your girl's been stolen.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Where did this high school reunion take place?
Just downtown in the city center, at an all-you-can-eat place by the Performing Arts Center. You might know it.
Oh yeah, I've been there before a few times. Interesting.
Anyway, your wife and I were classmates back in the day. She sat in front of me in math, and I would always copy her homework. Well, back in the day, she used to be one of those stereotypical shy, awkward, nerdy types with no friends, so I had zero interest in her whatsoever. But when I saw her last year, I was blown away by how much she's changed. You sure got yourself a hot, outgoing wife there, you stud. Too bad she's not loyal to you, though. We managed to sneak out of the party without being noticed. I took her back to my place, and the rest is history. It was easy, to be honest. She must be unsatisfied with you or something, because she didn't even try to act coy about it. Ever since then, we've been having a passionate love affair behind your back. I bet you never suspected a thing, huh? Seriously, though, it blows my mind every time I see her. How did you transform her into such a babe? She's totally different from how I remember. Lucky me, I guess.
Huh, well then. What was the point of you telling me all this? Did you just come to gloat?
No. I did have a reason to contact you about this. Let me cut to the chase. The truth is, your wife is actually pregnant with my baby.
Are you sure about that?
Positive. So, in summary, that means you guys have got to divorce ASAP before the kid arrives. That's the gist of what I wanted to say. All good?
Do you mind if I ask a few questions?
Go ahead, bro.
When did this happen?
When did what happen?
The pregnancy. How many weeks along is she?
She should be in her 26th week by now.
If that's the case, then shouldn't she be showing pretty clearly by now?
Yeah, you really didn't notice? I wouldn't have been surprised if you'd already found out the truth by now. It's pretty obvious.
I think you've got this wrong. My wife doesn't look pregnant in the slightest.
Seriously? You haven't noticed anything? Man, she wasn't joking when she said you guys don't get along. Do you even look at your own wife, bro? I guess you guys just aren't compatible after all.
I don't agree with that. I get along great with my wife. I would have noticed if something like this was going on.
Okay, man, whatever you say. Then, can I ask you some questions this time?
I feel like I'm not gonna like this, but go ahead, I guess.
You've got another woman in your life, don't you? Your side girl.
Huh? What? No, I don't.
You don't need to play dumb with me. So, now that we've established I know your secret, let me explain. I want you to divorce your wife, but I don't want her to have to pay alimony. You get it, right? I was racking my brain thinking of a way to get out of it when who passes me in the street? You, hand in hand with that tan babe. Yep, I saw it. So I followed you guys and saw you both go into that fancy apartment in the rich part of town. So now you're in double trouble. You think a married man can get away with buying his secret lover a fancy apartment to use as your love nest? I've gotta admire your guts, if nothing else.
And you sure have some nerve trying to give me this high and mighty attitude. Seriously, what's with the moral lecture when you started this conversation by telling me my wife is pregnant with your baby? Double standards, much?
That goes for both of us, doesn't it? We're in exactly the same boat, so let's get along, yeah?
No, I don't think so. There's been a misunderstanding. That fancy apartment you saw me go into is where I live at the moment.
What's that?
And that tan girl you saw me with is my wife.
Yeah, right. You think I'm gonna believe such an obvious lie? Don't try and get out of this, man, or at least come up with a more entertaining story if you're gonna bother lying. Let me get back to what I was saying and spare me the excuses this time.
Have you finally arrived at the point then?
Yeah, the point is both you and your wife are having affairs. So, your married life is more or less over at this point, right? There's no way you're gonna continue like this. So there should be no issue with you guys divorcing. And you won't have any lingering feelings for each other either. Moreover, the cheating is mutual, so let's just agree not to charge anyone alimony, alright? Neither of us want that. So can you guys just get a divorce already?
I don't think I can go along with your suggestion since, I'm not even cheating in the first place, as I already said.
Oh, come on, don't be ridiculous. Are you sure you want to keep denying it? Think about it, man. This is actually a great opportunity. If anything, I think you'd be crazy not to agree to go along with it.
Look, Nathan, I really don't think we're on the same page here. You need to get your facts straight.
Alright, I get it.
You do? Really?
Yeah, this is a lot to take in, and you're probably panicking right now about having been found out. Not to mention your wife being pregnant with another man's baby.
Good grief, you're a stubborn guy.
I'll be a bro and give you some time, since I'm a nice guy. But don't forget, it's my kid that's in your wife's belly. You can't change that. You should get a divorce before it's too late. And no alimony charges, yeah?
You don't give up, do you? For now, let's just leave the conversation here.
Alright, be that way. We should decide on a time limit for your response, though. I know. I'll give you a week to figure things out.
Fine then, a week it is, I guess.
And you better not try run away from the situation by blocking me or something like that. Don't forget, I know where you live. Or at least where you go to see your lover.
I get it already, I won't run away. And anyway, after such a weird, disturbing conversation, I can't just leave the situation as it is.
What do you mean by that?
I mean exactly what I said.
Well, whatever. I'll be waiting for your response. And remember, no alimony. Hey man, what's up? It's Nathan again. So, what did you end up deciding?
It hasn't even been a week,
Yeah, I just couldn't wait. I'm an impatient man. Anyway, if you think about it logically, it shouldn't take long for you to come to a conclusion. You don't need a week to think it over, do you? Even a monkey could figure out what the best option for both of us is here. Like I said, we're in the same boat after all. So, what's the verdict?
Yeah, about that. I do have a response for you, but I don't think you're gonna like it. So, while I was looking back through all your weird, crazy messages, I had a thought. You could say I had a feeling in my gut about what might be going on. So, to confirm my suspicions, I contacted a certain someone I had in mind.
And who's that?
I'm talking about Faith's mother. I figured out everything once I talked to her. Turns out my hunch was right.
So, what happened? What did you find out?
Just to confirm, when you talk about my wife, you mean Faith, right?
Yeah, duh. Who else would I be talking about? Do you really have to ask? So, what did your detective skills dig up, Sherlock?
Well, let me start out by explaining a few things. You should know that my wife is from Spain.
Huh? Since when? Faith can't speak a word of Spanish.
You said you saw me go into an apartment hand in hand with a tan girl, right? That's my wife, like I told you before. I wasn't lying.
Wait, are you actually serious?
I went to Spain a few years ago to pursue a business opportunity. I met her there and we ended up getting married shortly after. And by the way, she came to the US for the first time in her life 2 months ago. She was born and raised in Spain, so I think that kind of puts a hole in your saying that you met her at a high school reunion. Do you see why I've been so confused by your messages now?
Hold on a minute. If you're telling the truth, then what's the deal with Faith? Did she lie to me or what? I feel like I'm losing my mind. I mean, in her phone, your number is registered as Martin, husband, so it has to be you. I mean, why else would she write that?
Faith is my ex-wife.
Your ex?
We split up 5 years ago.
What the hell? Are you kidding me with this? Don't do this to me, man.
I have no idea why she wrote that in her cell phone, but we genuinely haven't seen each other in person since the divorce, and she's never tried to get in touch with me or anything.
So wait, huh? This doesn't make sense. Does that mean Faith is actually single, then? Then this whole thing was just a giant misunderstanding. Well, that's relief. You had me worried there for a minute, but I guess there was never any problem to begin with if she's actually single. We can just get married normally then.
I hate to burst your bubble, but you've got that wrong too.
Wait, really? Then what's going on?
The reason Faith and I split up in the first place is because she was cheating on me with another guy. I went to Spain around the same time that she married him.
Whoa, seriously?
Yeah, she had an affair with the guy and then married him once the divorce was finalized.
No kidding. I had no idea.
Returning to the subject at hand, like I said, I contacted Faith's mother and asked her a few questions. And I hate to be the one to break this to you, but she told me pretty clearly that Faith has zero intention of marrying you or divorcing her current husband for that matter.
She lied to me?
I have no idea, but at any rate, she told everyone that the baby is her current husband's. She was planning to stay married to her husband and continue to hide the truth about the real father.
No way. That can't be right. How could she do something like that?
I don't know, but since you went to the trouble of getting in contact with me to tell me you were having an affair with my wife and all that, I ended up contacting Faith's mom for the first time in years. I talked to her about what you said. She took it pretty badly, to say the least. Apparently, she went into a fit of rage and revealed everything to her husband. The whole family is freaking out and trying to get a DNA test organized for the baby to determine what's going on.
Whoa, seriously? That sounds pretty bad.
You can say that again. So, in summary, the whole divorce situation you were hoping for has really nothing to do with me. You'll have to talk to Faith's current actual husband about it.
Yeah, right. No way in hell I can do something like that.
You don't think so?
I figured you were cheating too. I thought if both the husband and wife were having an affair, both parties could just agree to divorce with no hassle. That's the only reason I ever contacted you. And now it's all gone wrong. This is so messed up. How did this happen?
Well, one thing's for sure, I had nothing to do with any of this, so please don't come complaining to me about it.
It has everything to do with you. If you hadn't gone and blurted all of this out to Faith's mom, I wouldn't be in this mess. I had a perfect plan and you're the one who messed up everything. You hear me? This is all your fault. You've got to do something.
Do I really?
Hey, pay Faith's part of the alimony or something. You have money, right? I saw your fancy apartment.
And why would I even consider doing something like that? This has nothing to do with me.
If you don't pay it, then I'm going over to your apartment right now to make you pay it. I know where you live.
Don't bother, there's no one there.
You're lying. I won't be fooled that easily.
I'm not lying. I went back to Spain 2 days ago.
What do you mean you went back? Back to Spain?
The apartment you saw isn't even mine. It belongs to my relatives. I had to come back to the US to sort out some work-related stuff, and I brought my wife with me. So my great uncle who owns the apartment told me I could use it instead of staying at a hotel. So basically, even if you get there, there's no one home.
So, you live in Spain now?
Yeah, pretty much. Sometimes I have to come back here for work, but I've been living in Spain with my wife for 4 years now.
You've gotta be making this up. What am I supposed to do now? Man, I'm so screwed.
I couldn't care less what you do. It really has nothing to do with me.
Wait a minute. Help me out here.
Goodbye, Nathan. My ex's mother told me about everything that happened next. A prenatal DNA test was carried out on Faith's unborn daughter, and the results showed that it was Nathan's baby. Her husband immediately brought in a high-flying lawyer to deal with the situation. The divorce was settled immediately, with Faith having to pay alimony to her ex-husband. Naturally, he didn't have to pay any child support to her either. Nathan married Faith just like he wanted to in the first place, and they were happy together. Or at least they told everyone they were happy. I don't know the details, but it seemed that after a lot of trouble, they ended up having to pay more alimony than they expected. I heard that Nathan and Faith ended up in debt because of that. So, in addition to working a full-time job, he had to also work a part-time job. But it turned out that having a side job was actually against company policy, and he ended up getting fired. Now they both have to work every day, regardless of weekends and holidays, doing part-time jobs or hard manual labor. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like this video, please subscribe.